Welcome to another edition of Kicking It with the Brothers podcast. It's your boy ML with the co-host. My man Deion Hill Ford is back with us. Man, we know he's gonna be hilarious today. We missed you, bro. And our man Charles Little, Mr. Citizen himself, Citizen of the Year. Is that your new
Hey,
moniker?
man. Citizens arrest, however you want to call it, and speak for yourself, man. Like everybody on this pod didn't miss Deion. It was
To be honest, I didn't miss the pod.
We know,
group.
we
The
know.
group chat was a little dry. I will say that, but
Yeah, it was. And we got to definitely start as we are returning with the Champions League. We are back to Tuesday, Wednesday football. No more Thursdays for any of our teams, thankfully. But we are here at the quarterfinals and kicking it off with none other, as we say, with the Citizen of the Year. Manchester City 3, Bayern Munich 0. Goals by Rodri, Bernardo Silva, beautiful header, by the way, just well controlled. And another game, another match, another goal by Erling Haaland. So make it 3 and Bayern Munich 0 over at the Etihad. Charles, it's over, right?
yeah. I mean, everybody in the crew picked City to get the win. Kind of went how I thought it would. Like we said earlier, like we said on many pods, like we've seen teams be able to get at Bayern in a way that teams just can't get at City. I think Tuchel got the tactics wrong. I don't know how you don't have Thomas Mueller, one of the best big time players of all time, playing in a game like that. But I mean, Mane coming off the bench, like I just feel like they kind of he fucked up the players on that one. But I mean, City did what I thought they were going to do. I don't think that, and I don't think that the return leg is going to be much different. I think they might have to absorb a little bit more pressure, but I mean, when were they really like stressed? It was an easy day at the park. Another like a quick like I've seen them 3-0 teams like that 10 times this year. Like I'm just saying, like it was a very like workman like 3-0 Man City win. Like it wasn't anything special. Like it just the Reds could have been any of the various teams that claim red in England. The way it was easy work, I was kind of disappointed in what I saw from Bayern all over the park. Like nobody stood out really. Um, and yeah, like it's just it's over. It's done. It's dusted. I think City won the Champions League yesterday. So
We'll come back to that. We'll come back to that. I know you was on that, but we aren't to ever you explain that a little bit more. But first of all, let's get to Deion. Once again, welcome back, brother. Bayern, Tuchel, is he the one to blame or is it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Go ahead.
I mean, he got fired. We got on here. You were the only one talking about shit he did for Chelsea. That's when I knew he stunk. So it's like he stink. Good for them. They fired a bum, hired a bum. Congrats to Bayern.
Picanio looked terrible. That was one of the worst performances I see definitely by him for sure. That was terrible all around.
he's like the commentator was like, now normally I don't want to call out players, but it's like yeah, you're seeing what I'm seeing.
Yeah, it was bad.
That's all you can say is like you're seeing what I'm seeing.
His footwork was terrible yesterday. That's unfortunate. But yeah, Tuchel's definitely the one to blame. Didn't get the lineups right by any stretch of the means. I are you impressed with more than two Bayern players?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, the goalie was good. Summer was good.
Sumner can play though, but
Yeah,
like
he's not bad. But no, he can't bounce. He's got to do more. Yeah, I mean,
I
I
don't know if I count him as like a Bayern. I
yeah,
don't
yeah, I
know.
get what you're
You know what
saying.
I'm trying to say?
Yeah,
Like I don't know how to
yeah,
explain it, but like he doesn't feel like
yeah.
if you're like, are you impressed by Bayern players? He doesn't feel like a
And I
Bayern
guess I'm
player.
always I'm always somewhat impressed by what Jamal's doing, just because. But I also don't think he should be out there right now. I don't think he should be the one asked to do the role that he does. I don't think he should have been like he shouldn't have started yesterday. There were better in that situation. Thomas Mueller and Mane should have been out there.
Yes.
And so like I'm always impressed by what Jamal's doing, but I feel like he shouldn't be the one that has to do the things that he's asked to do at Bayern. It should like there are other players that are of higher profiles and have more ability. Not when say even say have more ability, but you know what I'm saying, are more accomplished players that like should take on that responsibility of doing more of the creating and stuff. And I feel like so much of that fell on him. And that's not like I don't think that's uh like what are the other guys out there for?
Yeah, I actually not sure if the Bundesliga is all done and dusted now, because if this is these type of losses will can affect his squad like this, man. Like if he, especially if he's not going to play the veterans to make sure they see it out. It's not over yet in Bundesliga. We're 2 points separated right now. Dortmund continues to do their thing. They just beat Union Berlin, which is I believe they're third in the Bundesliga table. Not impressed at all with Bayern. I actually don't even think. Obviously, doesn't matter who's in between goal. Cities just when cities like that, they are they're the best team in the world.
Well, Sumner's better than Neuer. So it's
Nah,
like they have the better
yeah,
person in
He's
net.
different. He might be actually better at goalkeeping, and
Yeah.
like he might, his distribution isn't as good, but he's probably I would say he's probably a better
Like
goalkeeper.
he's the better goalie right now. So it's
Yeah.
not like they weren't missing anybody other than the people they chose not to play. So
which goes to the manager, and you're right again on that front. Charles, you said the City won the Champions League yesterday.
Yeah, I think they're gonna. I mean, obviously they're gonna advance here. They're gonna get to Madrid. I think that all of Madrid's chickens are gonna come home to roost, in a sense of a word. Just of I just think Madrid's a bad matchup. Like you're gonna play if Mendy's not healthy, he's not back. Like you're really gonna play like Camavinga at left back thing is cute, but like that's not gonna work against City. Are you really gonna keep running Carvajal out there? It's just what I'm saying, like things that like I think you can get away with. That older midfield. Like I just don't think those are things that like at that highest level, like Barca can do a lot of things to a lot of teams. At that highest level, there are things we cannot do to teams. That's like at that level, I think you guys can get away with a lot of bullshit and duct tape in certain situations. But I don't think that a squad like City, like you have to come with your A game. And I think that like in so many words, Barca, the things that Barca have been able to do to them, what do you think Big Bro gonna do? Like he's got more players. He's better. Like I just think that the Barcelona advantage has been flooding the midfield with four midfielders against you guys. I think that Pep could do that in a way that where he's not sacrificing a winger. You know what I mean? So like all he's got to do is drop Rodri or Stones in there, like the way he's been doing when they have the ball and they have their four midfielders. So I just think they can like they can hurt Madrid in the ways that the Barca can, but even greater. And then I'm losing all faith in Napoli. So it's not going to matter.
But doesn't matter about whether we lose faith in Napoli when Inter Milan is back doing their thing, and you
I'm
need
not
to
worried.
put
I
some
wouldn't be worried
respect
about
on their
them.
name. You do. Your squad lost to them.
To Inter, yes, that's
Yes,
true. That doesn't mean I got to respect them in that sense. That's once
but
again, we're talking
who
about the
plays the
high.
most like who plays the most
Yes,
like
but we're
City?
talking
It's
about
Arsenal and Barca.
we're at a different level, and I don't think that Inter would have beaten a healthy Barcelona in either of those games.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, if the further this goes along, the more Lukaku's going to have to play, and that decreases Milan's chances of winning in any game. I think he's a net negative for them. He makes them worse.
Inter was they visited Lisbon yesterday. Benfica 0, Inter 2. Our boy Romelu is back on the scoring sheet again. They're up 2-0, and they'll be going. I believe, yeah, I'm saying this correctly. San Siro, correct? Well, they share the stadium, as D, I would say the Poors with Milan share the stadiums, but Inter will be that tie is done, right? Y'all are good.
Yeah,
Deion Charles, that's a wrap.
easy
Inter's
work.
not losing more. Yeah, it's a wrap for sure. Welcome to the stage, our man, my brother over here. All the traveling. How was Nebraska? How the campus has been? What's up, baby? You good? Campus life.
Nebraska,
You're always
Nebraska was good. I haven't been to any campuses lately though. You know
okay.
what I'm
Will they ban you?
saying?
Well, our man, our boy X is back. It's been a month. And at the last time we talked, Arsenal was only 3 points up. Now we're 6. So as we get drawing closer and closer, but right now we talk about Champions League before we do our domestic roll around. But welcome again, brother X. Let's go into today's action in the Champions League. Oof. Napoli absolutely missing our boy Victor Osimhen, and they were Unfortunately, we're not able to capitalize on the road visit to Milan and 1-0. They see Milan taking I wouldn't call it commanding lead in the tie, but you never know when it comes to Italian squads. They need to make sure Victor's going to be healthy for sure. Y'all get a chance to pop over and
I would call it commanding only in the sense that Milan just smacked them 2 weeks ago as well. So there is a trend of them. You've lost you've lost twice in 2 weeks.
Speaking of, now that we talk about Osimhen, I know Deion loves the way Napoli plays, and my boy X is definitely hot on the transfer circuit. And knowing that, I'm going to give some names out there just to see who you think is better. Just throwing out some names. Would you rather have Rashford or Victor Osimhen?
For us, Osimhen.
What about you, Deion?
Rashford, I don't think is that good. So, Osimhen.
Julian Alvarez or Osimhen?
Nah, I'd rather have Alvarez than both.
You too, X.
Alvarez is so good.
For us, I would rather have Osimhen. We need we need a finisher. And I think in terms of finishing, I think Osimhen is a little bit better at that. We don't really necessarily need wing play. We just know somebody that can put the ball in the back of the net, and Victor does that well.
Osimhen better than Lewandowski, Charles?
No, I gotta say no, just because like even though he's having a down year, his down year is kind of equal to like Osterman's like best year. So like I'm not gonna sit here and say like it is. I'm just look at the stats. Like did y'all look at the stats? The numbers don't lie. So like I'm saying like I think it's just levels.
Is he worth 130 million, Deion? Victor,
he's not getting 100.
Oh, you don't think he's gonna get 100?
No, they'll pay like 80 for him. Yeah, y'all like maybe not y'all, but like people like Americans, as us Europeans like to call y'all. Y'all just see goals. Like that's how you view soccer. Like that's all it is. Like you really don't look at the whole game. You don't understand the concept of the sport. You know what I mean?
Mudryk over here getting $90 million.
That's different. That's different.
You tell me Victor's not gonna get 100? They already
That's on and off the field.
30.
That's on and off the field. Mudryk take the squad to the club. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, Osimhen provides nothing off the field.
Got a Batman mask.
Yeah, he put on that mask and do shit. He's the first athlete to ever throw a mask on and get worse.
What if he stays at? Do you think?
No.
What if he stayed in Napoli for a year?
No. Next question.
Madrid?
No.
Oh yeah, as a replacement for Vince.
There's nothing Madrid loves more than getting players from other countries that aren't Spain, so it's possible.
There we go. Speaking of
fit in with the Brazilians, just do a whole lot of nothing.
That's ridiculous. Anyways, 2-0 Real Madrid against Chelsea. Chelsea with a red card. Chill but our boy Bugatti Benz it's a Champions League match. It's what he does. He scores goals. Marcos Asensio against a 10-man Chelsea squad put the finishing touches on the game. Charles, you once again you've declared City. There's no hope for Madrid at all.
No, I just think it's a bad matchup. I think it's, especially depending on where that first leg is. I don't like. I said, I've seen every team that we're talking about today get their ass kicked 4-0, 5-0 at some point this year. Name the last time in Madrid has a loss that's like 4-0. Barca, Bayern, all these teams have a 4-0 loss in the round. When have we ever just seen City just get played off the park by anybody? I don't see a world where they're not going to be able to score at the Bernabeu like some of these other teams. Like I think they'll be able to manage. Like I think they already lost to them. Like they already got the shit out the way.
Now, do y'all have the Champions League coverage still on?
Yes, sort of. I'm seeing Mike and Dine laughing right now.
Yeah, they forgot to turn bro camera off, and he got up and he didn't have pants on.
Micah? Oh, I see him. Oh, snap. It's like Pasta there.
Oh,
Oh, that's wild. Why they got my man Michael like that? Oh, that's wild. Now y'all here trying to show stuff off. That's crazy. All right. Anyways, back on that front. X, from what you've seen of City, obviously they've been doing, I think it's the last 6 weeks. They're poised to win the whole thing, you think?
Probably. I mean, they just have so many ways that they can play. So assuming that Pep does, he plays the right way, makes the right decisions, especially puts the right lineup out there. I mean, I hope they win it. You know what I'm saying? And that's just because I don't want them to pay attention to the Prem. But yeah, I think they're the best team.
They have to play that 11, I think.
And Alvarez
That's
plays
their best
over
11 that we saw this week, right?
Alvarez plays over 120 minutes in that tie. Madrid have no chance.
That's the problem, though. Like
he won't.
He won't.
He's gonna start one of those
That's
games.
why.
He's gonna start
That's
one
why
of
I
those
don't.
games.
That's why I won't bet. Like, I mean, they're probably the best team since Barca isn't around. You know what I'm saying? But like, it's hard to like imagine them winning because I just don't feel like Pep's actually gonna like put Alvarez out there long enough.
I like the 11 they had for what they needed against Bayern. But I'm not saying that's their best 11 players, for sure, because obviously we all have high marks about Alvarez. I wonder if he does have something up the sleeve against Madrid, though, where he's going to finally bring out Alvarez and Holland in a meaningful match. Because I know we just toying with it a little bit. It's going to be interesting to see. But those are both done right. That's I think almost. I'm not gonna say all the ties are done. I think maybe Napoli's just up in the air. But yeah, we will be seeing City and Madrid here in a couple weeks, which will be another repeat.
I didn't think Madrid played that great, and I didn't think Chelsea played that bad. I didn't think Chelsea played bad for.
They were good the first 10 minutes. Really,
that Chilwell foul was just stupid. Like we were all talking in the chat. Like I'd rather take my chances with Rodrigo in that situation than down 10 men.
Oh, man, I got something for Deion. We've been talking about Chelsea's big old team lately. Now you've seen them, at their worst, and now that they with a new manager or whatnot. I mean, by the way, can we talk about this real quick? Frank Lampard, like, why did you bring him there just as a caretaker for the rest of the year? Because Deion, I will say, you said it right. They don't care about top four this year. They don't care about Europe at all. They don't care about nothing. Like, they really don't care about nothing. But
that's because, again, you Americans like just don't understand the concept of the league. Like, I told you in December they don't care, and now it's April, and you're finally understanding they don't care. Like, they don't care. So, like, Frank Lampard's a Chelsea legend. Like, people will show up just because he's the manager. Sell a few tickets, you make back the fucking top four money. They don't really give a fuck about. So,
do you keep Bradashili? I'm gonna just run by the names. I think they got to get rid of like 12 players, maybe 15.
I gotta be honest. I don't give a fuck who they.
Who the fuck? Who did you say?
Oh, I think they got to keep Benoit Bradashili. Exactly, the defender. I want you to go. I'm gonna give y'all a little exercise. I want y'all to go through this roster. They got to get rid of 18 players minimum. Chelsea's in trouble. It does matter because you say they don't care about this year, but they need to care about next year, Deion. I mean,
they have like 10 players that are leaving. Like Mason Mount's not coming back. Ogba's not coming back. Pulisic's probably
not going back.
They're going to sell Pulisic. I think Kai's going to Germany.
Conte's talking about going to the Middle East already, so he out of there.
That's 5. That's best case scenario for them right now.
It's fine. Like they'll figure it out. Like who cares? But I'm not about. Who cares? What 18 players? I just made up.
Here's what I'm telling you is that I think they're worse off than what y'all think because the other us like X and I like our squad ain't going nowhere. We're gonna be in the top 4 for years. City's not going anywhere. Liverpool is about to just. I mean, you just got to trust Klopp. We'll figure it out. Like Chelsea's in the mud.
You don't need to trust.
I've been saying for 3 months, are any of these people good? They have 34 players in training, and 7 of them are good.
They can't even get in the locker room.
That's the question. It's not a matter of like if they're okay or not. Like it's if the players they purchased are going to be good or not, and if the players they purchased in the summer are going to be good or not. It's not about getting rid of people. It's not about like all that shit. It's about is the money going to go to the right players? And with the amount of money that they have, I don't give a fuck what y'all are doing this year. If it goes to the right players, they're going to be better than all of them teams. And that's just what it is. Bro,
I know, I
that
agree. I don't
Gabby
think
shit,
Chelsea's that far away, honestly. I
bro.
don't like
They are.
Charles, I know. Like, listen, I'm in denial too. I know we're both in denial on this. It's a little smoke to that Gabby shit. It's a little too much smoke to that Gabby shit. His agent's taking meetings with Chelsea.
Mm,
Not worried.
Come
you're
on
not.
now. It's a
Not worried.
little too much smoke.
Not worried.
Listen, I'm in denial too, brother.
Not worried. I think he's literally like I think he's the most Barca of the Barca, like of all the Barca players. Like that's
I
why
agree.
I just don't think I think he's fine.
I just think
He'll get registered.
if
It'd be
it
different.
gets far enough down the line to where one of them
I don't.
will, a check
The
shows up at the door.
registrations are the priority right now, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. I think I mean,
Well,
yeah.
much like when a school, like a college campus is impacted, X will understand this reference. And it's hard to register for classes. It's been tough for Barca to get Gabby registered because the roster is impacted.
So, like I said, I think they would sue La Liga before they let that happen. It's just that's such a bad. At a certain point, we got to talk about like the damage that we're doing to like the fact that the president's arguing with people how that makes your league look. The fact
Yes.
that you can't keep your best player that ever played in the league due to financial fair play reasons while you're getting outspent while you're still being outspent $1 billion to $5, and then the best young talent in the country not being able to stay in the country because you won't let him be registered because you want to go to court and fight teams about his registration. Like at a certain point, like that, how is that helping? Like I understand, like, but how is that helping anything? I did see that they were talking about laxing those La Liga financial fair play rules. So we'll see. But I just don't see at a certain point that just shit's acting weird.
I agree with everything you're saying, Charles, and I do believe Gabby will be on the roster next year. I'm just saying, if La Liga keeps fucking around with Barcelona and Barcelona can't get it done in time,
Oh yeah.
There's definitely smoke to that fire.
I mean, because he's gonna get a salary increase. I'm not really worried. Like, I think he's got to. I mean, it's bad agenting to not have a second option, I guess. But I'm just like, even in my point, then if he was gonna leave, would Chelsea be his first pick?
Yes, because that money gonna be different.
I'm just saying. I think once it was like an actual thing that he was gonna leave, I think he would have. I think there some other people. I think Jude's price would go down, and some other people like I'd pay more for Gabby than I'd pay for Jude.
Well, I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah,
I'd pay like, and he's becoming on a free. You know,
the
English cats. I agree with
I'd pay way more for. I'd double what I pay for Jude for Gabby damn near. But I guess what I'm saying is, if you're willing to meet the Gabby price tag, like, and you can do it, even if you don't get Gabby, Declan, Jude, like all these dudes, like we haven't talked about what Chelsea's gonna do in the summer yet. Like, they're about to just have another January window in the summer.
I'm counting dudes that were. I'm running down their squad of people that got to go. I forgot Azpilicueta was on the team.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell
remember
you.
when they were arguing about Barca to renew his contract?
Oh my
like,
God!
for no fucking reason. They didn't even play.
That was for a couple transfer windows. That was
forgot Loftus Cheek was on the team.
Zakara,
Zakara,
who plays a lot, by the way.
Zakara was on the team. Ziyech has been out there, but they were trying to get rid of him, so he'll be gone.
Well, he's going to Barca, isn't he?
Ziyech, no.
Isn't he?
Ain't he? No, Spain,
no,
Morocco.
Remember he had that's the other. That's
Emirat. It's the other Moroccan.
Emirat.
Yeah, Ziyech's going to PSG.
Remember Ziyech was supposed to be going to PSG or whatever, and they messed the deal up. So maybe he'll end up going there and
replacing Messi.
Yeah. They still got Broja. He's hurt. The other Fofana, I don't know even know why he's still on the
Wesley.
Hey, which Fofana played today? Which
Wesley.
one was that? That was Wesley. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he can play. he could play. I didn't know which Fofana it was, but I knew one of them. I knew he was pretty good.
Yeah, Charles, we'll come back to you on the Prem.
I mean, and you still got to count that Lukaku's technically still there as well.
And but they'll figure that out too.
No, I'm just saying, is people that are outgoing, like technically
his. It's a lot.
Yeah. They're gonna be fine. They're about to hire. I think that's where Lucho goes to, for what it's worth.
Okay. Lionel Messi Rumors are that we've seen different numbers. We've seen 230 million. We've seen 450 million to Saudi Arabia.
I don't buy it. I still think he's going to enter Miami. That's still where my money's at. So whatever the odds are, I think he's going to enter Miami.
All right, let's go around predictions.
You ain't got to write this down. We can remember excess and dumb shit. Like we can remember that easy.
It doesn't take much.
Let me get my envelope out. Let me get my envelope out, Charlie.
There you go.
So I don't know if you guys know.
Hey, Lofty got a fresh boy.
I don't know if you guys know like the Dan Le Batard show, but the producer Mike Ryan, he's really plugged into the inner Miami scene. He's been saying for months, like everything that is implied with Messi, he's been ahead of it by like 3-4 months. And even when Fabiano comes out with certain information, or even when certain information is leaked to like other reporters, like he's just been able to cut through the bullshit and be like, look, none of that's true. This is what it is. Essentially, he's deciding between Inter Miami and Barca. You know what I'm saying? And he's like, right now, he's not going to say that Inter Miami is the favorite, but the discussions have gotten along enough that it's like it's close to a point flip. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I don't think he's going to Inter Miami yet. I do think X is right. Like he will be in Miami eventually.
But the problem is the value. So for background, the problem is that ideally, right, Messi would like to stay in Europe for 1 year, right? I think the CONCACAF or whatever the fuck tournament's coming up next year, and then make the move to Miami. The problem is that the valuation of the franchise in Miami will drop precipitously if he doesn't join this year. And then the offers that's on the table now, it won't be worth that same amount of money if he prolongs it by a year. So if what he wants is in Miami, and if he wants is that financial package that comes along with ownership and everything else, he has to make that move now, because the longer he waits, the less valuable that deal becomes. And then that same deal won't be there. The same incentives won't be there for him to make that move a year from now. So that's why he's deciding, do I do it now and take advantage of the money, or do I wait a year and then possibly that same shit's not on the table? And I think that's why it's still up in the air, because he wants to say.
I don't think that's why it's up in the air. So here's what I think the issue is. I think he wants to go to Miami, but he's not ready. I do believe that. Like, I think if Inter Miami played in any of the European leagues, I think it'd be a done deal, right? Like he's too good, bro. Like he's arguably the best player in the world still. Like he's just way too good to make that move, like mentally. Barcelona is where he probably like really, really wants to be. I don't think they're going to be able to pull it off. We'll get into that. I just don't. The amount of guys they would have to sell, who they would have to sell, like,
yeah, no.
I don't even know if it's better. Like, if it's worth getting Messi because it's Messi, but like, but that's a lot of dudes, man, and a lot of really good players too. And it prevents you from signing other really good players too. So like, I feel like there's just too many roadblocks there. And the biggest roadblock. But listen.
So where did he go? Because I don't think he wants to go back to PSG.
I don't think he does, but he might not have it. Listen, the president of Qatar said he about to step in.
Yeah, but until
the president of Qatar says, I'm good, Messi can do what he wants, I'm gonna believe that he's staying somewhere within like that realm. Because he sold his soul.
I don't think, look, I think he saw what happened with Ronaldo. Like, bro, nobody even knows that Ronaldo plays. And granted, Messi's Messi, but bro, nobody is watching fucking Qatari football. They're just not, right? So I don't think he wants to go into complete obscurity at this point in his career, because to your point, he's too good. At least in the MLS, is MLS one of the top 6 leagues in the world? Absolutely not. But if you talk about branding and the potential for earning and to, establish some shit in the US, like, there's probably more upside, as crazy as that sounds, there's probably more upside if he comes to the MLS than if he goes to fucking Qatar. Yeah, he'll cash that $250 million a year, but
I wasn't saying he was going to Qatar. I'm saying he's either going to go to PSG or wherever, like whatever Premier League team QSI purchases.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
I'm saying like they're going to force him to play for them still.
Gotcha. Okay, that makes sense. My bad, I misunderstood. But what I'm saying makes some sense. It wasn't dumb shit to Charles' point. He tried to say my point was just stupid. And
somebody that know Dan Le Batard knows something about an Argentinian man. Okay.
No, but I mean, they're plugged into the scene on it. Regardless, it's a credible source.
I'm with you.
It's a credible source.
But Deion's point was why I was saying it too. He's just really way too good to be in MLS. It's a waste of his.
And also,
I
He's
do
not
agree.
ready yet.
not ready.
He's just not ready yet. You could tell. Like when you listen to him, when you watch him play, like I think his family's ready. I think his wife and kids want to live in Miami. I don't think he's ready yet.
And then I think what was also is like the World Cup coming to the US. You know what I'm saying? Like the opportunity to be heavily involved in that and to really like help take I can see why it's attractive. Again, I'm just gonna say because right now there is no clear choice, and because a team hasn't been purchased and there isn't a team set, then because of that, I'll say Inter Miami, but I acknowledge that it's a coin flip and that Dion's probably right.
The choice is Barca, but it's not feasibly possible right now. So
I think it'll be feasible. I think it'll be made feasible.
All right, Mr. Chen, tell us why.
One, he's coming on a free. We don't have to pay, like, his contract's up.
Yeah.
So there's that. So there's
I understand.
So all we have to do is fit his salary in. The only reason I disagree with Deion's point is like I think that they're going to sell those players regardless, and the least I can get back out of it is Messi because I'm not very like super comfortable about where that money could go for other people.
But it's like Ansu, Ferran, Rafinha.
Yeah. I'm with you on that. I don't want them to be sold for like just Messi, but it's like I don't think they should be sold to bring in like to spend 80 on Bruno Silva, like not Bruno, Bernardo. My bad. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like if they end up spending like money on him, it's a waste of fucking time. But if you do that, if they take the time if they get Gundogan on a free and can get the Victor Roque kid from Brazil for I think they want like 40 for him. Like if that money's repurposed for that, and like I don't even like why are we not bringing like I don't even know like we spend that money on Carrasco, it's a waste of time too. It's like why are we trying to buy Carrasco? We have as Abdi plays the same position and is already our player and is better and is like 23. So like
but so but I do think there's other fact like the Gavi situation. Again, if it gets far enough down the line, and I do believe he stays, but let's say they have to match a salary that Chelsea presents, then it becomes
his
even
contract's
harder
already agreed to. Then they would have to be renegotiating a new contract. I think his contract's already agreed to. He was already getting paid that salary. I think it's more of a matter of the priority is to get the renewals done because Araujo's renewal isn't registered with the league yet either. So to get him, Balde, and them, I think they're going to make Jordi Alba take a massive pay cut because he's supposed to make like $36 million next year. So he's going to take a pay cut. I think the collective, I personally still say they should sell Farron, but I think they'll be able to. The reason I was reading is because Ansu's an academy. Ansu's an academy player, so he's pure profit.
I don't think they'd get the necessary money to where it wouldn't be a total loss to sell Ferran.
Yeah. I just don't like my whole thing is just I don't think you should sell a 20-year-old who when he plays is fairly good and was good enough to wear the 10 2 years ago. Like I just think they're giving up on him a little too early. That's my opinion. But I mean there are teams that are still like I said Arsenal offered that 70 million for Rafinha. We'll see, if that offer's still out there, I'd take that shit in a heartbeat. And I don't think he's done anything to decrease his value really. Since he's played pretty well in Dembele's absence. So like I don't have a problem with selling him. If the right bid comes, but I just think that they'll make it happen. I think that at some point La Liga is going to realize that it does help to have a star, an actual like star in your league. And I think the timing with the World Cup and everything for these next 2 years gives him a good opportunity to at least stay in shape. He doesn't have to play. He's not going to have to play every day. Our squad's going to be relatively deep. He'll be the fifth midfielder. We have 5 other midfielders, so he can rotate out if he needs to. And I just think I think at the end of the day he ends up at Inter Miami, but I don't think it's till like 26.
I agree. I just think I think it's going to wind up being PSG when it's all said and done. But I hope you're right. I hope you're right.
Deion's
I think it's harder for PSG to get rid of him just because, like I said, his thing is a matter of contract renewal versus I think they would if they could have their pick, they'd get rid of Neymar. It's just easier for Messi to go.
Well, I think they both. If one goes, they both go.
I think that Neymar market. I think that Neymar market is not going to be what we all think it is.
I'm not saying it's going to be a crazy market. I'm saying he won't play with Mbappe without Messi being there. And I feel like they both are on that same
I could see
way.
Neymar being transferred on like a Lewandowski deal, like 50 million. You can get Neymar.
Yeah, I don't see those two playing with Mbappe without the other one being there. obviously Messi's doing it now, but that's a different factor with Neymar being injured. Like if they sold Neymar and renewed Messi, like that'd be crazy to me. I don't see that happening.
Okay, just thing that popped in my head. Neymar on Chelsea with Lucho as the coach. That would be
that's possible. And
that'd be fire.
I actually thought it's just about whether he wants to play in Champions League or not. Because then I thought like, oh, what if Messi actually followed Lucho to Chelsea? But I'm like, I don't think he will do that because I think he's worried about legacy still and doesn't want to. He wants to play Champions League.
Qatar's not letting him go to Chelsea.
Yeah,
that's not a thing.
No, Neymar. That'd be interesting.
The thing about the Messi situation, you guys got to remember, he sold his soul. So like whatever he does, there's a lot of people that have to agree to it. Barca, they would agree to because that's his hometown. Miami makes sense because it's purgatory. Like they're not just going to let him go to a Premier League team when they want to purchase a Premier League team.
Your prediction, Charles, on Messi? You still think he's coming home?
When did I tell you? I said this in like September.
Okay.
I've been calling this the entire time. And I just think too, I think everything changed when they won the World Cup. I think that should put everything up. I think at this point, he's like, as much as I think Deion's, there's some value in what he's saying. Like I think everything
a lot of value.
A lot of this, all the rest of this shit is just icing. And he's just out here. I'm gonna go home for 2 years, kick it, and then I'm gonna go be a rock star post 20. Like I'm saying, like they'll go into the 2026 as the champs, and then coming out of that, he's going to MLS. So like they'll ride the wave of the World Cup into the MLS season. So I think what is that? Like I said, it's 2 years away. Three. So I think, like I said, 2 years there, and then he'll go to Miami and be the best player there. I think the only thing I think is speeding him up is that he's the youngest of all his friends.
The only thing that's speeding him up is that Barca can't afford him.
I think they'll make that work. Like I said, I think La Liga will all they got to do is relax those financial fair play rules, and we'll make it work.
But I agree. I'm just saying, if the Barcelona thing financially was possible today, it'd be done today.
Yeah, but no, they're gonna have to make some shit happen to make it work. I'm not gonna sit there and act like that's not the case. But I think the priority, just because I think it's a lot of stuff in our background too. Like we're rebuilding the stadium and stuff like that. To where like you see Messi is like, oh no, this fixes every financial issue we have.
They're not even playing in the camp next year, right?
Nope.
So I feel like that plays a part. They're gonna be playing in a high school stadium.
70,000.
The high school.
For us, it's a high school, yes.
Yeah, it's a high school stadium.
Olympic Stadium, Jackie Jordan Kersey ran there and stuff.
Okay, my fault. Junior college.
And we're still going.
I'll be there.
We're going to pull up.
I'll be there, but it's not the camp.
Nah, it ain't the camp, fam. Camp
not
different. Camp different.
I don't think Messi. I think that's another thing. Like, I don't think Messi wants his last games to be played not at the camp. You know what I mean?
I don't think he wants to be fucking booed either, and playing with a bunch of dudes that he feels like nothing towards.
Talking about, with PSG.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants to play for PSG. I just don't believe he might not have a choice. Listen, he sold his soul. It's Ramadan right now, so they in a good mood. You know what I'm saying? Like they fasting, the whole nine. Like they happy. The sins are being cleansed. I don't really. You know what I mean? Once Ramadan over, that Qatari president gonna be at his doorstep, and that's when things get interesting.
All right. Something to look on. That was good. So I'm glad we got to get that discussion in. X, what's up, baby? We are here for the domestic whip around.
Finally, some real football. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
real football, like a draw with Liverpool. You know what I mean? It is no more real than a draw with Liverpool.
Did you watch the game? That was a hell of a game. That was probably the best match you've watched in months.
Oh, my fault. Hang the banner.
I'm just saying.
The league's over. Y'all played a hell of a game.
Look, unlike Tottenham, I'm just happy to be playing meaningful football at this point in the season. Not all fans like you can say that, so I'm thankful. That's all.
Oh, you just happy to be there.
Relax.
My fault. I didn't know. I thought we was trying to win.
Look, we can't all abandon shit mid-season to go root for one of the most successful teams in the world on a whim. So some of us
which one of us? Because we both did that.
We both did that.
You just happy to be there.
Both.
Top four is all you need.
Charles, you're not a real City fan.
Don't.
Top
You're not a
four is
real
all y'all
City
need.
fan.
I didn't know. I didn't know. We've been doing top four.
2-2 at Anfield on Sunday afternoon. Arsenal versus Liverpool. Liverpool, they have to say. I think it was a fair result. I think the score easily could have been 4-4. I think that it could have been even 4-2. 2-2, fair result. Both teams missed out on some late chances on both sides once again. But X, how are you feeling, brother? We are 6 weeks away. 8 League Cup matches, 8 League Cup finals to go. Basically, that's the mentality.
It's one.
We need
to go.
So the reason that game was the way it was is because of Rob Holding. Now, a lot of people look at that game and they think, oh, well, he held up well in the box. And he did, right? If we're sitting back and he's in a box and he really doesn't have to cover that much space, he's not bad. The problem with Holding is that he can't break lines, right? He tried a couple times to like carry the ball and it was disastrous. Like he got stripped fucking immediately, right? And then whenever he had the ball, if you peep, because I've rewatched the game, I'm sick. I've watched it twice after the original airing. They literally just played off of him.
Was that boring in Nebraska? Goddamn.
No, listen, man. I look, I watch all the games. I'm trying to learn, right? So that's part of the journey. It's just like without the emotion of it, what am I seeing? And they just played off him. And they just kind of fell back into like a zone like, look, we're gonna cut off all the obvious passing lanes. Holding, you beat us, right? And he's not talented enough to do anything with it. And then they'd cut off the lanes to Zinchenko, right? They didn't let Zinchenko carry the ball through the zones. And he wasn't confident enough to really kick the ball along. So anything he did was really side by side. And so because of that, we weren't able to play on our side of the field. We couldn't play. I don't think that we trust him to play a high line because he's not able to just fucking haul ass and, and run back with defenders when they try to chip the ball over his head. So because of that, we had to play back. And because of that, our advantage in the midfield, we couldn't really take advantage of it, right? Because really, we were playing in their half. I mean, Saka was on the wrong side of the field for most of that second half. And we would they backed us into a corner and then they picked us apart. So, and honestly, we should have lost that, man. If it wasn't for Ramsdale making 3 just fucking extraordinary saves,
that's what I was gonna
lose that game very easy.
You should have lost. Darwin Newman's is trash. That chance he missed was awful.
But also Zinchenko, that was elementary shit.
I'll print the banner out for y'all.
Go ahead.
Should have lost to Liverpool. You know what I mean? I'll print the banner out for y'all when y'all are in second. Should have lost to Liverpool. Congrats on the draw.
I mean, yeah, you say that, but if at the 55, 60 minute mark, you pause the game and you say, X, you see how things are going. Will you take the draw? I would have been like, yeah, fuck it, just sign me up. You know what I'm saying? Because at that point, everything was pointing to us fucking losing probably 4-2. You know what I'm saying? So it was a fortunate result, not ideal, but I would take the point.
That's why I said it was a fantastic result.
No, listen.
You can't.
X, I don't want you to think I disagree with you. I know ML don't care about winning, and you made your point earlier. You're just happy to be here.
All right, bro.
I'm just happy to be here.
Right. Absolutely care about winning. I've been telling you who's going to win the league since October.
You don't care about winning.
Yeah.
2-2 with Liverpool, allowing City has a win and you win the trophy game at home. And you're like, fantastic result. That you don't care about winning.
It was absolutely a fantastic result because it could have been a loss. And we aren't mentality monsters yet. We aren't mentality monsters to be able to withstand. We don't know. These young dudes have never been in a title race before. And so therefore, like, if you lose to Liverpool, it's just the same old. They got a result. It matters in terms of going into training the next week and knowing what you got to do now. You see City right there with 6 points. And you know what? You saw City when you were only with 5 points after the World Cup.
So you mean to tell me them having a must-win game at City, or if they lost having a must-win game at City, something was going to be different? Like they didn't. It's a different goal for them now.
No, it's not about it being a different goal. It's about
it is. You said they know what to do now.
It's about that they've seen it before. They've actually accomplished it. They got a result at Anfield. Getting a result at the Etihad is not out of the question by any means.
Yeah, no, you're right. That's on me. I forgot that Liverpool and City. I forgot Liverpool and City are the same caliber of team. That's my bad again. That's my bad again.
Arteta deserves a bit of blame.
History plays into this, y'all. I'm just wild.
Arteta deserves blame, right? The last time we played Liverpool, we started Tommy. right? Tommy pretty much wiped out fucking Salah over there. Just wiped him out, essentially, right? This time you put Zinchenko back there. He's not a defender, right? I mean, look at the goal that we gave up to Tite. He got fucking nutmegged. The one thing you cannot do in that situation is get fucking nutmegged, and it's the one thing that Zinchenko did, and that's why we give him that fucking header. He's not a defender, right? So if you're gonna make the fucking switch, we should have gotten Zinchenko out of there before that and put fucking Tierney over there, and that doesn't fucking happen. But you bring in Kivior, you know what I'm saying? And literally, if you watch the game, within a minute of Kivior coming into the game, he fucks up and almost gives away a fucking breakaway chance to fucking live, right? You've got Tierney there. He's more experienced. I don't know if maybe he wanted a taller defender in the box for set pieces, but I don't understand why he brought in Kivior, and I don't understand why he didn't take Zinchenko off earlier. Because
we didn't need another goal. That was what was crazy to me. We just had to see the game out at that point.
So I didn't understand the substitutions patterns. I didn't get it, and I was frustrated about that. And then when you saw that Firmino, whatever his name is, like, what's it, 10 goals in 14 matches against us? Like, honestly, as soon as I saw him come in, I said, oh, fuck. You know what I'm saying? we ain't have nothing for them. You know what I'm saying? And even if you go to a back five, you're not going to stop them when they have all that attacking talent. There's one thing Liverpool does, and they can attack, right? When they're playing their best football. And they bring in Firmino, they're like, yo, we're going for it. And you bring in fucking Kivior and going to a back five with Zinchenko in the corner, like, what are we doing? That's not going to stop them. So I just think tactically we fucked up. And fucking Rob Holding, no one's talking about it, but if you watch that game, he's the reason.
No Saliba matters. This is what I'm saying. Like, we're injured in the back. We have no Saliba. We have no Tommy. And
first team to ever play with an injury. My bad. I didn't realize those happen to clubs.
Deion, fuck off. You were on this very same podcast making every fucking excuse in the book for Conte early on about you didn't have the players and we have injuries.
We don't have the players. We still don't. That's not an excuse. That's a fact.
Losing players and fans.
Yeah, we don't have the players. It's a fact. The team stinks. That's a fact.
Look, I don't want to be reductive, but it really does boil down to that fucking game at Etihad. And it's like, if I would have told you preseason, look, the Prem is going to come down to a game at the Etihad between fucking Arsenal and City, you would have told me I was fucking nuts. You would have told anybody they were fucking nuts. So the fact that could we have avoided that kind of must-win situation? Yes, we've clearly fucked up a few times. But, okay, maybe you give us a 5, 10, 15% chance of getting a win that game. No one would have expected Arsenal had that higher chance at winning the fucking Prem. So I will take that because they haven't played us at full strength. They haven't played us at full strength. Now they're going to see Partey out there. You know what I'm saying? Now they're going to see Jesus out there.
Saliba playing?
Huh?
Yes, he will be. He'll be. They say he's supposed to be healthy in the next 2 weeks.
Supposed to be healthy for that game?
I mean, in theory, you're not going to risk his long-term health. And when you know that the season is pretty much coming down to one match, why put him out there?
They're getting this in 16 days.
I couldn't agree more. When you're a club that's just happy to be there, why play a player that might get hurt long-term? Just be happy to be there. Enjoy the moment. Look up at the stands.
Yes, because unlike you, our trajectory is actually going up, right? Because we have young, good players who are only going to get better, and we got some money to spend in the summer. So as much as it pains me to say,
hold on. I gotta ask. Why are we going to this game if you don't think y'all gonna win?
I do think we can win.
You heard him. He's happy to be there.
No, I'm literally spending thousands of dollars to go see us win the Prem in person because I have confidence that we can pull that fucking game. Trust me. I'm putting my life on the line because I'm gonna get drunk. I'm gonna talk shit. Charles is gonna let me get drunk.
My life on the line.
But I'm literally putting my health on the line because I believe that we're gonna win the Prem that day.
They moved us
to be there. Listen, the players are happy to be there too. They're gonna look up. There's gonna see a sign that says wide load. Look down, it's X. You know what I mean? It's just it's a magic.
I don't even get. Sometimes when you start your vitriol and your hatred, I don't even know what you're aiming it at. Like, what exactly are you arguing? That we don't have a chance to win? That we should somehow
the league's over.
That the Prem is coming down to one game?
The league's over for City?
Oh, yeah, the league's over. The league's over. Y'all blew it. Y'all blew it against Liverpool. That's an easy game. Y'all chose to make it hard. Liverpool.
Even if we beat fucking Liverpool, we still need a fucking result against City.
No, you don't.
Because if we draw on points, they have the goal advantage.
No, but if you beat Liverpool and then you get a draw against City, you're still up 2 points.
No, I said we would have needed a result, meaning a draw or a win. You know,
you could have lost. You could have lost to City and still been up points if you beat Liverpool.
If we won every game, every match, but that's.
And how likely is that?
I didn't know you guys were planning to lose to Southampton again. My bad.
We aren't. But
okay, so if both teams are going to win every match, then you blew the game against Liverpool. You blew the league. Sorry,
bro. If City was a lock to win every game, they wouldn't be in second right now. So clearly, they too have the ability to fucking give up points to lesser teams.
That's why
not against the teams they play.
I'd be interested to see what City's record is in the last 10 games of the season, like the last 3 years.
So the last year,
I'm just like the last 30 games they played at the end of the
season. I hear you. You're talking about since April, when April hits.
Yeah, like the motherfuckers is 28-2 or some shit.
Well, no, because in the run-in, the last 2 years, I believe they went 8-1-1 last year during the run-in, and the year before that, I think they went 8 wins, 2 draws in the run-in.
And they could afford, it was Liverpool.
1 loss out of 20.
That's pretty close to a Charles.
Yeah, it was 1 loss out of 20.
I'll take, if they go 8 wins and 2 draws the last 10, I'll take that.
Yeah, because we'll win the league.
That means that they're drawing against us more than likely. They have another fucking draw, and then we just got to keep pace.
What about that loss? What about that loss to Newcastle you guys got on the horizon? That's definitely happening.
Okay, classic. This is just a classic Arsenal bottle job.
The same Newcastle that the last time they played us, that pissed down.
We about to be full force against
third place, second and third place battle right there.
Bro, Newcastle had 10 players in the fucking penalty box because they were shitting bricks the last time they played us.
That's cool.
They didn't even want to. They had no interest in even crossing the.
They didn't have Isak before that either.
That's how they play every game. They can play Leeds and they're throwing 9 people in the box.
So look, maybe we draw, but we're not losing to them. Because how the fuck
draw is really over. I mean, if you, at least in my world, I'm not saying that you guys lose on goal differential. Y'all got them losing by 5 points.
Yo, bro, you've been saying
that's Charles talking
months.
about we losing.
Matter of fact, talking for months, and yet they still have yet to walk us down. And there's what 8 matches?
It's 2 weeks away.
They still got to reschedule the Brighton.
I'm calling it now.
Brighton.
Timestamp this.
Call it.
Arsenal are going to lose
a weekend,
Chelsea
a month, and you call it 2 months.
City back to back.
We're losing to Chelsea.
Yes.
At the Emirates.
Yes. Mudryk revenge game. Mudryk revenge game.
Run that shit.
Revenge game.
Run that shit.
He got to go. You see how he bounced out of there? Listen, that's cool. Ain't no problem. We're going to leave it there. We're going to be back.
Mudryk, a.k.a. White Dembele.
I'm mad they moved that fucking match, man.
That's a problem for us.
I was going to pay whatever to go boo that motherfucker in person, bro. I would have lit a Mudryk.
So when do you bounce?
One of the Emirates and fucking live streamed it.
When do you bounce, X?
I leave Tuesday night, so I get over there Wednesday morning, and then we just drive into Manchester, catching the match, spending the night in Manchester, then we driving back to London Thursday.
So you going with some boys from the A?
Couple of my boys from the A.
And Charles on that chat talking about. Yeah. There you go.
There's 5 of us in total, including Charles. One other Arsenal fan. My other boy, he's a Barca fan. And then somebody who doesn't watch soccer at all, but he just want to come. So I'm like, I
respect it.
Go to London and get drunk. It's worst things to do, right?
Yeah.
I respect it. Their running is
3 games in, man.
Much softer. But
super hyped to boo the players the Leeds players in person.
You see this?
I hope they're all healthy. Hope all of them play. Hope they all play.
I still feel confident about where we're at, X. I like where we're at.
I still have belief. You know what I'm saying? I still have belief. I think a loss would have crushed us.
That's why I was trying to explain.
Would have absolutely crushed us. And no, a draw is not ideal. But we still control until we reach the point where we no longer control our own destiny, then I lose faith. But right now, we still destiny, and we're better than all these fuckers. We're better than Newcastle. We're better than Chelsea. We're better than Wolves. We're better than Southampton. We're better than all of them. We should beat them. And if we're a title team, we will. If we lose, then we're not there yet. And it's like you tip your cap to City because They're fucking City.
They got to go 10. They got to go like their last. If they went out, they would have won out their last 14 matches. And if you're getting 42 points off of that, that's is what it is. But I don't see it just because, I mean, Charles will tell you, relegation battle teams are the worst teams to play in April and May, especially May. Especially May. There's too much money on the line for you to be going down to another division. And they got Leeds, they got West Ham. Granted, both are at the crib, but then they got to reschedule Brighton. Brighton, who thinks that they can still go to Europe, beyond Europe. Excuse me, Aston Villa. You see Aston Villa right now. They got a chance to make the Champions League. My boy Unai Emery. They out here.
I think Brighton could take points from City.
100%, especially at the Amex. 100%. McAllister. Is McAllister on a tryout, 80 Charles? Because you know where he goes. He's on a tryout.
Hey, man, I'm just looking at I'm just saying there's that 4-game stretch. You guys got City,
yes,
Chelsea, Newcastle, and Brighton.
We get 10 points out of that in the city, and the league is ours.
Don't sleep on. But they played Fulham.
Brentford too. Brentford at the end of the
season. They played Fulham. Fulham could do something. No, West Ham and
not with me.
Leeds. No,
Everton's our best chance. Everton's our best chance.
Maybe Brentford. I could see Brentford.
I'd love if we're even. I'd love this if we have 3 points.
Tony scores a brace.
That Newcastle game's on the road. The same.
I agree. Honestly, those are the two hardest matches. We had three, and we knew this going in. It was going to be April. Our 3 hardest matches left at Liverpool. Got a draw. It's actually a good result. I'm trying to tell you. At City, actually planning on us losing at City. Love for us to win because then it's a wrap. Because then the guys will just be on a hunt from there. And then Chelsea's losing 3-0. I don't consider Chelsea a hard match for us. We've won every London derby, and we aren't going to lose.
I think that's going to be the game. Like if Frank can win that game, it'll make up for anything else he does during his last 10.
I would say that would be the case, depending how they do at the bridge against Real Madrid. But then they got to worry about that. Chelsea's not playing for anything. People going to pull up on hurt. Nah. We're catching Chelsea at the right time, immediately after City. If we get 10 points out of that, we go win the league. Any lasting thoughts, Charles?
We'll just end it with a quick Spanish report. Barcelona women and men are both up 13 on Real Madrid. This ass whooping is all inclusive.
That's wild. All right, we ended on that. X, safe travels. I think we will not see you next week. Charles, when's your last domestic pod? Next Wednesday.
We got a couple weeks. I'm not leaving it's not like I'm leaving on the 24th, so we got 12 days. So we'll probably maybe get
okay. We got you next Wednesday.
Second leg in. I don't know if me and X are going to try to conjure up some England content.
We should actually, yeah.
We need it. We need the picks. We need to get fresh. We need fresh reports. Boots on the ground.
Look, I know they don't got guns in London, but I gotta go get me a sword or something. You know what I'm saying? But
respect.
I'm gonna be ready, man. It's Manchester, like City. Their fans are not real fans, bro.
They ain't about that life. They're not about that life like that.
You need a katana.
Liverpool, they'd kick my ass. Man, they'd kick my ass. You know what I'm saying?
I said,
18 out of the 20 teams would kick my ass.
When I was told you would be traveling to and from the game in your own personal vehicle, I felt a lot better about your well-being. Thought you was gonna be on the tube getting talking that shit. That wasn't gonna go well.
No, I mean, look, I'm gonna have my jersey like underneath like a generic jersey, and then the second we win, I'm pulling off the Atlanta United jersey to reveal the away Arsenal kit. I'm gonna celebrate.
Hey, we outside. We will be drunk as hell that night, though. That is a fact. That is a fact. Win, lose, or draw.
But we're gonna be drunk every night. Yes. No lie. Like, what the fuck else we got to do? It's London. Like,
Facts.
I'm not going to no fucking look. If you like museums and that's your vibe, much respect to you. I'll be at the local watering hole, getting pissy fucking drunk, and eating my ass off. You know what I'm saying? That's all.
Lawson, we're gonna bring you back up. We're going to the classic football shirt store, so we're gonna bring you back the maroon Arsenal Henry jersey.
We got to do
with the old English A. I need it. The varsity.
I
know exactly what you're talking about.
I'm down to do that city. When are you doing this? Are you doing the city stadium tour?
I was gonna look into it.
Okay, let me know because
that's complimentary, right? For the package.
Hey man,
complimentary.
Complimentary
tour.
Got my little fresh pin, baby. We out.
Get paid when you walk in.
Official, baby. Official, man. Man.
I need
here, man.
Charles, if I see you in a picture with Pep, dog, I'll be so excited.
Car carrying member, baby. Car carrying member, baby.
Yeah, we chopping that up. We chopping
that stuff.